internet and the platforms created, and how in reality we don't own anything anymore. Because when you think about it, back in the days, we used to own CDs, we used to own laser discs, video cassettes, or you could rent objects and then give them back. And now we are in a world where we don't own anything. Listen, all of us creators, we used to own our own websites. I don't know if you guys remember. We used to own our websites, and if people wanted to hear about us, they could just go to our websites. You see what I mean? And we are now in a world where you don't own anything anymore. Like, we are now in a world where your whole, listen, even this show, right? I'm talking to you from my office, and it's amazing that I can reach the whole world. At the same time, from what I see in the chat sometimes, I also reach a lot of idiots. But it's still amazing that I can reach so much people, right? But my content, and we've seen with my Instagram, right? My content is on platforms that I don't own. So the good thing about me is that as I'm talking live to you, everything is being recorded on my drives. So, but we all put our content on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Kik, Twitch, Facebook, and whatever else, Vero, whatever. But we don't own our part of the platform. See what I mean? It's like when you rent a house and you pay a rent every month, if the house owner has decided that they don't want you anymore in the house, they will just do it. You see what I mean? If the house owner is like, yeah, well, listen, you've been here for a year. Yeah, you got used to the house, blah, 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 blah. And yeah, listen, I don't want to rent the house anymore. Bye-bye, you have to leave. And that's how I feel about the platforms. Everything is in the cloud. Our content, our photos, our memories, soon our brains, I have 5,000 videos on YouTube. Music videos, Club Shada episodes, Internet du Village, clips, vlogs, everything is there. And one day, probably because of attacks of whoever, my YouTube channel just disappeared for 2 days, 48 hours. And for 48 hours, I've been on YouTube since 2005, 20 years. And for 48 hours, I lost 5,000 videos. And they told me your YouTube channel is out forever. Lucky for me, I know a few people got everything back. When my Instagram My 7 Instagram accounts got removed last year. Same thing. I was on Instagram since the beginning of Instagram. So I don't know, 2008, I don't remember. 15 years. And I lost 15 years of photos, memories, conversations, even business conversations. When you are talking with people who you have something to do with, people who, artists that maybe you are talking on Instagram, and all of a sudden, everything is gone. And all this for what? Convenience. Yes, having a whole wall of video cassette or laser disc takes a lot of space. Having an account on Netflix, Apple Music, Apple TV, Amazon Prime, and Disney Plus, whatever. Then you have almost all the content available in the world. And you can watch whatever you want, whenever. And yeah, you turn on your TV, you can watch stuff on YouTube, stuff on, like, you can watch everything on demand whenever you want and at the time you want. In terms of convenience, that's amazing. But in terms of freedom, we kind of gave away a lot of our freedom, because now the platforms can decide when whatever we posted or whatever we said or whatever we think is not appropriate. And that is a real problem. That is a real problem, and we are just continuing to give away these freedoms to platforms who can just reinvent the rules of life. And listen, back in the days, I could have a debate with a family member or a friend at home about whatever subject. And yeah, we could have opposed views about subjects and just disagree and then talk and argument and say, no, I believe this, and no, you should, whatever. And then at the end of the day, once we would stop arguing about that, we would just be fine. And we would continue our lives and go to the next subject. Today, you're going to have those discussions online, and the person you're debating with might go and report you to the platform and say that, yeah, your opinion is X-phobe or X-ist. And all of a sudden, your photos with your kid on a holiday disappear because your whole account is taken down. And listen, I've been saying this for a long time, and I'm going to keep saying this. I would rather lose a little bit of convenience and get back a little bit of my power. That is my opinion. And I believe that we have to stop giving that much power to the platforms and give more power to protocols. I think people should invent protocols that are open source, where you have a protocol for a TikTok, for example, or a platform like YouTube, or a platform like Instagram, and anybody can go in and create their content. And so of course you have to pay for the servers, etc. So you have to find a way, or maybe those protocols belong to countries or entities that cannot take decisions for us. Listen, I receive emails every month from TikTok, from YouTube, from Instagram, from Facebook. And these are the community guidelines. So every month they explain to you what you can say, what you cannot say, or now you can say that, you can talk, or subjects that are not good for the platforms, subjects that are good for the platforms or not. And yeah, well, if you talk about this, you might be monetized. Or if you say those words, you might be unmonetized. If you say that Palestine is a country, you might get your channel removed. And you're like, what? Like, wait. And we are seeing this, all these democratic countries that are not supporting free speech anymore. And it's happening in front of you. The collapse of democratic values, the right to have opinions that are yours, the right to disagree with stuff. And you have a lot of those things that have been built on the platform. Like, for example, if you have more than 100,000 followers, then your words have more power. And so if you say something that they disagree with, then your words can kill somebody. So because of that, we are removing your channel, because you have a platform and you are platforming the wrong ideas. And so we used to write books. We used to say things in dinners. We used to have conversations, and now everybody is afraid to talk. And a lot of people, they have opinions, but to them, they're like, yeah, but listen, it's not worth it. I'd rather let all of you with 10 followers say whatever you have to say, lose your accounts and do another one and gain your 10 followers back, than lose my 1,000,000 followers. And the people with 10 followers are telling the people with 1,000,000 followers, you have to use your platform for something good. And they're like, no, I use my platform for what I want. I don't want to lose it if those people, I know they're more powerful than me. I'm not more powerful than the GAFAM. Like, so no, I'm not doing it. And that's where we are now. We are in a world where, for convenience, we are just less and less free. And we're going to arrive to the point where somebody will tell you, do you want to live forever? All right, good. Whenever you arrive to the end of your life, we'll scan your brain and we will transfer all the electricity that makes you in virtual reality. And there you can live forever. All right, amazing. But there, we own your code.